Good morning, students. So last class we discussed about the change of solid state to liquid states. Regarding this change, we discussed about the terms melting point, latent heat, fusion, etc. Hope all you understand the topic. So what is melting point? The point, that means the temperature at which the solid state changes to liquid state is known as a melting point. It is about 273.15 Kelvin. So all the things we discussed. Today we are going to discuss about the change of liquid state to gaseous state. What is it? Liquid state to gaseous state. So in order to understand about the conversion of a liquid state to gaseous state, you take the water, the liquid state, the example water. Water is taken in a container, the same way water is taken in a container which is kept in a burner. A thermometer is also kept there. After boiling, when we reach the liquid, the water turns to vapor form. Just look at the thermometer. You can find that the temperature is about 100 degrees Celsius. That you all know. In your previous classes, you had already studied about that. So, that particular temperature only, the water will turn into vapor. Water will turn into vapor. That temperature is known as a boiling point. What it is? Boiling point. Boiling point. So now we are going to define about the boiling point. What is boiling point? The temperature at which the liquid changes to gaseous state is known as boiling point. Normally, the boiling point for water is about 100 degrees Celsius. ഒരു വെള്ളം തിളയ്ക്കുന്നതിന് ആവശ്യമായിട്ടുള്ള ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എത്രയാണ്? 100 ഡിഗ്രി സെൽഷ്യസ് ആണ്. ആ 100 ഡിഗ്രി സെൽഷ്യസിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ബോയിലിംഗ് പോയിന്റ്. So when you give the definition for this boiling point, we can define it as the temperature at which liquid state changes to gaseous state. That's known as boiling point. For water, boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. A lot of liquids are there. Oil, kerosene, alcohol, and number of liquids are there. Each and every liquid have their own boiling point. Water 100 degrees Celsius ആണെന്ന് ഓർത്തുകൊണ്ട് എല്ലാത്തിനും അങ്ങനെ ആവില്ല. എല്ലാം എന്തായിരിക്കും? ഡിഫറെൻ്റ് ആയിരിക്കും അതിൻ്റെ boiling point. So here the 100 degrees Celsius is the boiling point of water. When you convert this degree Celsius to Kelvin scale, or when you express the boiling point in Kelvin, what should be done? We just add 273.15 to this 100 degrees Celsius. Temperature 100 degree അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഏതാണെങ്കിലും ഡിഗ്രി സെൽഷ്യസിലാണ് തന്നിരിക്കുന്നതെങ്കിൽ ഇതിനെ കെൽവിനിലേക്ക് കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ we just add 273.15 Kelvin. So this boiling point of water can be expressed in Kelvin as 100 degrees Celsius is here plus 273.15. So what would be the answer? Answer should be surely 373.15. So this is the boiling point of what? Water. This is the boiling point of water in Kelvin scale. Understood all of you? Understood? Then, after reaching this boiling point, after attaining the boiling process, when you continue the heating process, we can find that there is no change in the boiling point. നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ഹീറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാലും this 100 degree Celsius exceed ചെയ്യില്ല. Then where will all this heat goes? All this heat will be hidden in the content of the beaker. All the heat will be hidden in the content of the beaker. That we call it as latent heat. What it is? Latent heat. So on relating to this latent heat, the another term will be comes under this heading, liquid state to gaseous state. What it is? Latent heat of vaporization. What it is? Latent heat of vaporization. Let's look here. So now we are going to give the definition for this latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of vaporization? Latent heat of vaporization can be defined as it is the amount of heat energy required to convert, it is the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kg of liquid state to gaseous state at its atmospheric pressure and at its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. What is latent heat of vaporization? The amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kg of liquid to gaseous state at its atmospheric pressure and its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. So these are the two important terms comes under liquid state to gaseous state. What it is? Boiling point, latent heat of vaporization. Just once more, you just look on these two definitions. What are they? First one is boiling point, the temperature at which the liquid state changes to gaseous state. Normally, it would be expressed in Kelvin scale. In order to convert the degree Celsius to Kelvin scale, just add 273.15. The next one is latent heat of vaporization. What it is? It is the amount of heat energy required to convert 1 kg of liquid into a gaseous form at its atmospheric pressure and its boiling point is known as latent heat of vaporization. So now we discussed two types of transformation. What are they? Solid state to liquid state, liquid state to gaseous state. Isn't it? Okay, first of all, what it is? Solid to liquid. Then this liquid can be turned into vapors or in the gaseous state. So these changes we discussed. What are they? Solid state to liquid state and liquid state to vapor state. Solid state can be turned into liquid state by heating. Isn't it? അല്ലേ? Solid state നെ liquid state ആക്കി മാറ്റുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? നമ്മൾ ഹീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ്. Then this liquid state can be turned into gaseous state through the heating process also. ഇവിടെ എന്ത് തന്നെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഹീറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. Gaseous state. Okay, so first of all, solid turns into liquid and liquid turns into vapor, and also the same way the reverse may also happen. How? Vapors may transform into liquid and this liquid may transform into solid. So while looking at this here, you came to understand there is a stepwise transformation is there. That is, solid first turns into liquid and liquid then turns into gaseous. And regarding these two transformations, we discussed the melting point, latent heat of fusion, then boiling point, latent heat of vaporization and all this. Now, my question is it possible to convert a solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state? Is it possible? Did you ever heard about this? Solid നേരെ gaseous ആകാൻ പറ്റുമോ? അല്ലെങ്കിൽ liquid state നെ ടച്ച് ചെയ്യാതെ നേരെ gaseous ആകാൻ പറ്റുമോ? That's my question. Did you ever heard about this? Anyone? So, may not. This is a new concept for you. So, solid states can be directly converted into gaseous state that we are going to discuss next. It is possible to convert a solid state to gaseous state directly without passing through the liquid state. Very easily you can understand through a simple example. Did you know camphor? Camphor, camphor എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് this കർപ്പൂരം. So camphor, when you burn the camphor, you can find that camphor is in solid state. After burning, the camphor will turn into a gaseous form without passing through the liquid state. Liquid state like പോകുന്നില്ല. Solid ആയിട്ടുള്ള camphor നമ്മൾ കത്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ അത് എന്തായിട്ടാണ് മാറുന്നത്? Gaseous form-ലേക്കാണ് മാറുന്നത്. So it is possible to convert a solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. This is an important fact in chemistry, and that phenomenon is known as sublimation. What it is? Sublimation. So what is sublimation? Sublimation is the process of converting a solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. That phenomenon is known as sublimation. Right here. Sublimation. So what is sublimation? The process of conversion of solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state is known as sublimation. Once more I will explain what it is sublimation. The process of conversion of solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state is known as sublimation. The substance which show the sublimation process is known as sublimable substance. What it is? Sublimable substance. Sublimable substance. So what is sublimable substance? The substance which shows the sublimation process is known as sublimable substance. The two important examples for the sublimable substance are, first one is camphor. Camphor you know. Second one is, when not here, it is ammonium chloride. What it is? Ammonium chloride. So ammonium chloride and camphor are the two examples for this sublimable substance. Ammonium chloride and camphor. So what are the sublimable substance? First one is camphor. Second one is ammonium chloride. So these are the two substances. These are the two examples for the sublimable substance, camphor and ammonium chloride. These two sublimable substances have ability to directly convert from solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. Liquid state like പോകാതെ solid ൽ നിന്നും നേരിട്ട് gaseous form ലേക്ക് മാറാൻ ഈ രണ്ടാമത്തെ കഴിയും. And these are the sublimable substance. The examples are camphor, ammonium chloride. What are they? Camphor, ammonium chloride. Then by using this ammonium chloride, let's do an activity to understand more about the sublimation. So let's draw this figure for the sublimation. In order to carry out this process, or in order to carry out this activity, first of all, take a burner. Burner is taken. Over the burner, a china dish is kept. A china dish over the burner. So china dish is a dish and it is normally used in the lab activities. So a burner is here and the china dish is kept over the burner. Inside the china dish, ammonium chloride is taken. ammonium chloride is taken. What is ammonium chloride? It is a sublimable substance. So inside a China dish, we took ammonium chloride. This ammonium chloride is kept or mounted on a burner. Up to here you understand? Hope you understand. Then this China dish is get fitted with a funnel. ഇതാണ് funnel. നമ്മൾ ലാബിൽ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സാധനങ്ങളാണ്. This is a funnel. So this is completely fitted with a funnel. The end of the funnel, that means the limb is here, and this end point of this limb gauger fitted with a cotton. Fitted with a cotton. So this is the apparatus setup. What are the setup? Burner is taken. Over the burner, a China dish with ammonium chloride is taken. This China dish is kept fitted with a funnel. The end of the funnel is also fitted with a cotton bag. So this is the apparatus setup. When the burner is on or when the substance is get heated, what happens? The substance taken inside the China dish is what it is? Ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is a sublimable substance. So normally what would happen there? Normally this ammonium chloride turns to gaseous form or vapor form. So it moves from here to this funnel and get deposited on the side of the funnel. Ammonium chloride is a sublimable substance. So it get vaporizes or get turns into gaseous state, and that gas will be deposited on the side of the funnel. After all ammonium chloride is transformed into vapor form, it is taken out this funnel by using a glass rod. We can regenerate this ammonium chloride that we had taken in the China dish. So from this activity, we just meant to make you understand that ammonium chloride is a sublimable substance. When you take the ammonium chloride in a China dish, when upon heating, it turns into a gaseous form. So that process is known as sublimation. So when the question asks like this, give an activity to illustrate the sublimation process, you can describe this activity with a suitable figure. Okay, so this is about the sublimation process. So what we'll discuss today? So today we discuss about boiling point, latent heat of vaporization, sublimation, sublimable substance, relating activity. So these are very important topic for you, especially sublimation, the process of conversion of solid state to gaseous state without passing through the liquid state, is known as sublimation. Examples of the sublimable substance are camphor and ammonium chloride. Okay, so this is today's class, and all of you study nicely and see your video regularly. Hope all you are fine, stay healthy and stay happy. Thank you all.